What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel Berserker Lobo. I'm Ivan, and today we're gonna unbox KRC Studios Lemillion. So without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, guys, so here we have Lemillion in all his glory, fully assembled, and I gotta say, KRC did a banging job on this one. Definitely turned out exactly like the manga cover of volume 17. And I gotta say, I'm pretty much blown away. I've had this in my house for about a week, so I've definitely been waiting to do this review. Now, Lemillion is definitely one of my favorite characters in My Hero Academia. I gotta say, I just love his quirkiness and how he showed the UA students that his quirk is not what makes him powerful, but how he trained and how he made it powerful. And that stood out to me. And then also the fight of when he fought Overhaul, and how he was determined to get Eri back, and just the intense fight and the emotion you can feel when he was fighting Overhaul. And then also when he got hit with the bullet that kind of took away his quirk, and he was able to hold off Overhaul for 5 minutes of straight fighting without his quirk. That kind of definitely impressed me. So when I saw the statue, I couldn't pass up on him because it looked phenomenal from the prototype. And I knew that probably not many studios were gonna do Lemillion, just because he had kind of a short, lived lifespan of action in the show. So when I saw it, I was like, I definitely need to get this. This is the 1/4 scale version. It comes in two versions, 1/4 and 1/6, and I decided to go with the 1/4 version because he is one of my favorite characters, and I think he would pair very well with the Midoriya and Eri from Player One, which is also 1/4 scale. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's start off with the base. It's your classic, typical black base with the My Hero Academia logo. So as you can see, it's pretty much all black. The statue did not have an art box, so it was just your typical standard brown box. We come to the spikes from the cover of the manga, which is the same identical pose, which is what it was based off. So you see it's pretty much a 1-for-1 copy of the manga. And though I gotta say the face is more of a anime look, which I prefer. And this is from volume 17 when Lemillion is fighting against Overhaul. So if we go back to the base, come over here, we got the spikes. The paint job is okay. It's not, anything out of this world. Standard grays and whites. Looks pretty good for your typical anime rock base. And we have different spikes coming out from everywhere, which I do like. And then we have this giant one back here. So it's a bunch of different pieces. This is one piece. This is another. I believe this is another. And then this one and this one are all separate pieces. So I do like that it gives a scene for the character while also keeping it simple and highlighting that the main theme is Lemillion. Now, as we move up to the character, we see he's got the boots, and I do like that they did add the yellow soles to the shoes, which is something they could have gone easily without and just kept it all white. There's a little bit of texture, not much. As we move on to the pants, there's a different texture, a little more aggressive. And then we do have the white lines in the back of the pants, which I do think they did initially miss, but somebody else pointed it out, and then they did go back and fix that. So we keep moving up, and we have the green belt, comes all around. Paint lines are pretty clean. And then we come up to the body, and you see he's got that 8-pack going on with 1 million at the top. It's got the yellows, got the greens. There's little lines and textures on the gloves to give it that weathering effect. And I do like that they didn't cheap out and actually show the detail in the hands. There are a lot of studios that when it comes to that, they just, you know, take the lazy way out and show no detail in the hands. So if I'll put in some close-ups, you could see in here that you actually do see the detail of him, of the individual fingers, where some studios would just, you know, do a sloppy job and, oh, since, you know, majority of people are not going to see it, let's just not put in the work. But no, KRC did a pretty good job. The body sculpt is bang on. As we move on up top, we have the cape. The cape is, I believe, 2 pegs. It inserts here and here. And the cape is also textured, and it's a lighter material. So I don't think it'll lean over time. Also, while the statue does have 1 peg on here, I don't think there'll be an issue with leaning, which has been happening a lot in the statue community, which I've seen. So Lemillion does have that kind of wide stance, so I don't think he'll lean. It's a lot of the statues that are kind of like in a single line stance that tend to have the leaning issue. But and then we go to the portrait, which is, I think, is pretty much a bang on portrait to the anime. Even though the look is based more on the manga, I think they did a great job. Looks pretty much like the anime. The eyes are decals. They're not painted on, which a lot of the anime studios do, because it's, you know, it's a little hard to get that painted unless you're like a master painter professional. And then we have the hair sculpt, which looks pretty good, which KRC does specialize in anime statues, which they are pretty good with the Dragon Ball Z. I've seen their Vegeta and their Broly, which is what impressed me, that made me go for this statue, because originally I was on the fence on ordering because I had kind of heard a lot of negative things about Anime Collect, which is where I picked up the anime statue, because originally I ordered it from FNC, Fanatic Anime Statue, and for some reason they canceled my order. I don't know why. I don't know if they had an issue with Anime Collect, which is who produced this. They said that they didn't know anything about the statue, and they canceled my order. Then I reached out to Anime Collect, and they're like, no, the statue's in production. I don't know what's going on. So when they canceled my order, I went to Anime Collect and pretty much took a gamble and decided to order Lemillion, since he was my favorite character, and this rendition I felt was perfect. Glad he came in. So for all you guys out there that ordered from Anime Collect and are waiting on Lemillion, I personally wouldn't be worried. He did take close to about almost 2 months for him to ship, which was the longest I had pretty much ever waited for unlicensed statue. The tracking didn't update till about the last week when I think it was in the States. So if you guys are having issues with the tracking not updating, I think that's normal. Give it about a 2-month estimate and he should arrive. It does bring in a swap out head, which is pretty much the same face, but with the visor like you do see in the anime when he goes on patrol with Deku, and the head just comes off just like that, and it pretty much changes the look. Personally, I prefer the look without the visor, but I think he looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys think of the statue. And for those of you guys that have it on order, congrats. I think this is definitely a winner. I don't think I see anybody else coming close to this. There is another Lemillion. I don't believe he's 1/4, but I just didn't like the way he looked. And as soon as I saw this, when I saw, I told myself I had to order it. Couldn't miss out. Hence why I took the gamble from ordering from Anime Collect, but turned out pretty good. Now, for a little bit of the specs, Lemillion from his feet to his head is 18 inches. So I looked him up and he's about 5'11", close to 6 feet. So he's 18 inches, he's 1/4. So full size, he'd be about 6 feet. So he is in scale. And the height from the bottom of the black base to the top of the spike here is about 22 inches. And then the depth is close to 15 inches. Any negatives about the statue? If I could change a couple things, it would be the black base. I think it's kind of a big chunk. And I think they could have easily just taken that out and just kept it with the spikes. Maybe remove the My Hero Academia. I mean, I'm pretty much, if you buy the statue, you pretty much know it's, it's Lemillion. Other than that, the fitment on the cape, I don't know if it comes out on camera, but it doesn't, the peg doesn't fully go in, so it kind of sticks out a little bit. It's not a deal breaker, but I do wish it went in all the way. But other than that, the statue is phenomenal, clean paint job. Can't complain. Likeness to the character is spot on. One more thing I forgot to mention. The statue does come with a certificate of authenticity, and it is a manga panel from when Lemillion is holding Eri. I thought that was pretty cool. And it says scale 1/4 edition is 200, and I have number 4 of the 200. So pretty happy I got a low number. And that's pretty much it. So as now, we're gonna go into some close-ups, and I'll see you guys in a few. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.